What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today, Challenge Festival 2 has dropped back in, and this is the one with all sorts of freaking heroes from all over the place that we don't, it's like so confusing that you don't even know whether you're coming or going, which heroes are in here. But I like the challenge events. I think they're fun as hell to play through. And to be honest, I think the new heroes that we've got in here are really interesting. I mean, especially this dude who is the face of the portal, our newest bard. I mean, what more could you possibly want? Like a dreadlocked electric cello playing dude who like with glow in the dark purple eyes, just ridiculously cool looking. So yeah, I want this. I automatically want this. Like when you see the card, this is one that you're like, he's cool. But we're going to find out whether he actually is any good. Obviously, we've got to have a look at his card. We've also got Senan that's featured, and we've also got a new costume for Emilio. So we're starting out with the circus costumes with Emilio. Not my favorite from the circus, but maybe fingers crossed, they've done something good. So let's get right into it then with Darkbeat. Coolest looking dude on the planet. He is, of course, a dark hero. His name is Darkbeat, so it wouldn't make sense if he wasn't a dark hero. And he is of the monk class, so he gets a nice withstand. And he is of the bard family. I'm a massive sucker for the bard bonus. The extra 5% mana generation is absolutely amazing. And in case you don't know about it, any hero that is not a bard that's on your team will have their mana generation increased by 5%. And that makes a humongous difference, especially if you're trying to speed up slow speed heroes. You've got mana and magic troops, etc. It's just the best thing in the world. Honestly, when you start to play around with it, it's absolutely incredible. What I don't see on here, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like all the other bard heroes have this other passive where they prevent dances. Like maybe I'm completely off with that. Do we have another bard hero in this team that we can look at? Not the old ones. I'm talking about the newer bard heroes that should be in here. Let's take a look at her. Yeah. So she's a bard hero as well. And she's got the passives, the quick tempo ballad, where all ballads cast by enemies only last for one turn. And she's got the quick tempo dance, where all dances cast by enemies only last for one turn. So why does he not have it? I feel like they've missed that out by accident. So maybe I'm too early. Maybe this is going to change. But for now, it seems like he doesn't have the right passive. He should have that quick tempo dance. But he has the revive chance reduction, which unfortunately doesn't work in certain cases, like against the new Cats heroes, it doesn't work. So it's less effective than it was. Where the chance of revival, it says reduced for all enemies in the battle. The chance is 20% of original value. So yeah, that's quite a big reduction. And again, I'm not sure if that's in line with everybody else. So yeah, 20% of the original value. I just knew Phonexa got it as well. Okay, so he gets that revive reduction. Doesn't work against everybody. Still, it's a pretty cool passive. The ether talent, I'm not a huge fan of the counter attack. It's not the worst one in the world. At the start of the battle, he gets 60% counterattack for 6 turns. It's cool, but it's just for him, and it doesn't really have that big of an impact. So let's go over into his stats. We'll have a quick look. 1173. So again, I'm really, really happy. I say happy, like I'd be happy if it was just completely not moving anywhere, but I'm really, really satisfied with the way that the heroes are staying at a specific cap for a nice long period of time. I mean, at this rate, hopefully by the end of the year, we would have only gone up like maybe 60 points in terms of the power creep, where we were going up in jumps of 5s and 10s and everything else like that. And I was keeping a close eye on it, but I'm super glad. I really hope this either stays where it is, or maybe you can reduce it a little bit, or just flatline it altogether. Honestly, the less creep, the better. And just work around the skills, the passives, everything like that. It's fine. Anyways, he is more defensively built by the looks of it, but really very close. 1178 attack, 1205 defense, and 2134 health. Really stocky, great stats, just ridiculously good stats. And obviously max power just through the roof. But really balanced. So like I do kind of like that. So I like his class. I like his family bonus. I don't like the fact that they've not included the ballad, but I'm not as big of a fan of these two. So far, like, he's okay. Let's see what he actually does. So when he whips out the cello, his special is called Struck by Thunder. Of course it is. Struck by Thunder. So he runs at average speed. He deals 355% damage to all enemies. That's a ridiculous hit at average speed. Reduces the duration of all allies active status elements by 2 turns. I don't like that, but it is pretty much as good as a cleanse. And then reduces the duration of all enemies active buffs by 2 turns. So that's really, really good. All allies are immune to buff dispels and reallocations for 4 turns. Okay. Yeah, this is really, really brilliant. Like, it's the only thing that could have made this better would be like a priority dispel, but it doesn't really matter because you can get somebody else to do that work. But yeah, just really, really good. So first of all, 355% damage at average speed is ridiculously high. It's like right at the top end of what is actually possible. And then he's cleansing. So yes, he's only reducing the duration of status elements by 2 turns, but most status elements don't run for much longer than 2 turns. It could be like 3 turns. Sorry, guys. Or it could be like a spreading status element, for example, that runs every time a Mega Minion hits, for example. But then you just use those new magic carpet heroes that are coming out. You don't have to deal with that. But still, it's pretty close to as good as a cleanse. And then reducing the duration of all enemies' active buffs is pretty close to as good as a dispel. So yeah, I would use this. Like, I would take it as massive damage to all enemies, cleanses all status ailments, and dispels all buffs. And then he puts up a protection where all allies are immune to buff dispels. So any new buffs that they get, they're immune to buff dispels and reallocations for the following 4 turns. And that's super, super strong because 4 turns is a long time. He's running at average speed and he's already doing a lot on top of that. So yeah, he's a really good hero. Like I say, counterattack this guy and he will one-shot himself like in literally one shot, because that's what one-shotting yourself is. But other than that, he's really, really good. I think he's going to be a better attacking hero than defensive hero because, like I say, he's very susceptible to counterattack. But that being said, this guy's a freaking beast, a freaking rock star. And that's why they call him Darkbeat. So keep the beat going. And yeah, congratulations if any of you do manage to pull this guy. He's a freaking beast. Let's move on to our new costumes. So we have... Let's start with Emilio because he looks really interesting. Like, I don't know what's up with this guy. I've never liked him. I never like clowns. Like, it's just kind of a thing that I really don't like them. And he looks kind of like a circus clown. I know he's not really a clown. He's more like a skeleton type of scary dude clown. And that makes it worse, to be honest. So anyway, Emilio obviously is a fire hero. He is of the wizard class in this costume. He was of the druid class. I've got more of an affinity with this because obviously it gives him extra damage. A family bonus for the Starfall family. I have to refresh myself, to be fair. 50, 75, or 100% chance to cleanse the hero's most recent cleansable status element at the end of each turn. Yeah, it's cool because it kicks in every single turn. But yeah, it is just the hero. It's not all heroes. Costume bonus. So stats-wise, he's getting a nice meaty boost. Attack of 40%, defense 40%, health 40%, and mana 5%. Very, very good. It means that obviously this guy running it very fast is just going to be ridiculously fast now. And then max power off team power is 1,083. So even with that massive bonus, still lagging about 90 points behind the competition. And then I can see this little sneaky passive, copy ailment on cleansed. So when a status ailment is cleansed from this hero, a new copy of the cleansed ailment's applied on a random enemy. I like that. I do like that. Like, but then, yeah, it couldn't just say like cleanse and apply it, or cleanses and applies it to the random enemy, because it's literally creating a new copy of the cleansed ailment. So I'm assuming if you were taking, let's say you got like 1,000 sand damage over 5 turns, and you'd already had that for like 2 turns, then he would transfer it onto the opposition, but it would start from 1,000 again, rather than just having like the 3 turns left on it. I like that. I think it's cool. Yeah, getting creative, should we say. So yeah, back to the stats on him. Not quite as good as the other hero we just looked at. 1103 attack, 1,037 defense, and 2,018 health. So still respectable, but just not quite as good. He benefits from the attack up on the ether talent, which is cool, depending on what he's doing as part of his special. And that's what we're going to move on to right now. So his special is called Frogs and Hoop. It was Flames and Rejuvenation. So he used to cast one of the following. If any enemy had the burn status ailment, then all enemies would get 835 burn damage over 5 turns, and all allies would regenerate 549 HP over 3 turns, and all allies were immune to new status ailments. So what this guy really was good at was fast speed ailment, or very fast speed ailment protection. And then he'd give out some burn damage, which was a lot more than it, used to be. Otherwise, so if they don't have burn, then it would be 735 burn over 5 turns, and then the status ailment immunity for 3 turns. So just really fast ailment immunity, and that's pretty much his party trick. So now it says if any enemy has the burn status ailment, all enemies receive 950 burn damage over 5 turns. So they've increased the burn damage, and the turn count's the same, but it's still not that much. And all allies regenerate for 50 HP, so they're regenerating less. That's not good. All allies are immune to new status ailments for 3 turns. Man, whew, this is very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. On the otherwise bit, it's 825 burn over 5 turns and immunity for 3 turns status ailments. Like, this guy's... I don't want to say it, because like I really wanted to like these new circus costumes, but like they've done most of the stuff that they needed to do, but the costume balance is not right. The family bonus needs a complete rework for it to be anywhere close to in line with the new heroes. And these are new heroes. Costumes are new heroes. This is not good enough because it's only a single enemy. Like, it's not team wide. And the special is absolute dog water freaking trash. Like, it is shit. It is just shit. Like, I can't look at this card anymore. I hate it. I hate clowns. I hate Emilio. Commiserations if you pull this guy. He's absolutely, they've ruined him. And they could have had a chance to make him good or make him better. But you can't make a hero the same as he was 2 years ago and expect him to be able to keep up with the competition. He's just not going to cut it. I don't care how fast he is. He could be as fast as like a 3-tile hero. It still wouldn't work. All right. Let's move away from Emelio, because you know what I think about him already. We will move on to Senan. So he is of the wizard class. Let's hope this dude's going to do a little bit better. He's of the Slayer family. So the Slayer family... they get a bonus for 1 to... Sorry, I can't get over how pissed off I am at Emilio's costume. Like, that's just ruined my day completely. Okay, let's move on. So the bonus for 1, 2, or 3 heroes, 50, 75, or 100% chance to receive a stack. So you can... or the following stacks. So they get the stack where the caster recovers 15 HP each turn. That's not very much. It's really not very much at all. And then the caster gets +6 mana generation. That's strong. So I like the mana generation stack because they have their own mana speed, the Slayer family mana speed. It's just a little bit faster than slow speed, but then when they get the mana generation cap going, that can get up to 60% extra mana generation. So they can become ridiculously fast. Really good for longer term battles, like for map stages and things like that. Costume bonuses, again, we're up to 40% across the board, and then 5% mana. which gives them a team power of 1081. Again, like I say, they're lagging a bit too far behind. I mean, even if you do go out here and you look at the hero of the month, like his is 1072, should these new heroes that are being released be really that close to the hero of the month? I don't think so. Like, I think they should be at least where our newest released heroes are. And if you're going to have a hero like this released into the portal alongside brand new heroes, then all of them should be on a par in terms of where you want to be with the power creep and stuff like that. Just saying. Moving on. Passive. Resist damage from status effects. So the character gets innate resistance against incoming damage from status effects. So that's all incoming damage. I don't know if I'd really taken the time to check out Sorsha's costume or whether she gets the same thing, but that's strong. So innate resistance against damage or incoming damage, it says, from status effects, which is humongous, actually. When this character casts their special skill, all enemies receive 488 bleed damage over 4 turns. Okay, so it's 100 bleed damage per turn, but I really like this. He's just basically immune to all status effects. You cannot cast bleed, you cannot cast fire, burn, poison, sand, nothing. That's what I'm reading anyway. Let me know in the comments if I've got it wrong, but that is really, really good. Okay, so stats-wise, like he's pretty good attacking, 1110 attack, 2009 health, and 1000 defense. Maybe a little bit squishy by today's standards, but he does benefit from the damage reduction ether talent. So at the start of the battle, any damage he takes is reduced by 10% for 6 turns. So that kind of makes up for that. Let's move on to the special. So we know what speed he's running at. It's the Slayer family speed, and it's called the Curse of the Cephaloid. Man, that sounds terrible. That should be the Cephaloid. He looks more like a cephaloid there. Actually, maybe not. I don't know. Curse of the Cephaloid. So let's have a look at what he used to do. 275% damage to all enemies. Summons a Spectre Fiend for all enemies. The Fiend damages with 45% attack and absorbs healing and disappears after absorbing 35% of its target's maxed health. And then, of course, we know about the stacks already. 6% mana generation and then 30 HP each turn. So I'm not sure why that says that there. Maybe it's basically just a duplication of what it says over there in the family bonus. Deals 265 damage to all enemies now. Summons a Fiend, which damages the target with 55% attack every turn, and then absorbs healing and disappears after absorbing 35% of its target's maxed health. So it's really not that big of a Fiend, 35%, and it's not doing anything else. So now the stack is, whoa, hang on. So it gets a stack plus 2. That's 12% mana generation. That's a lot. And then a stack plus 3 recovers 45% H or 45 H. Oh, so he's getting this 2 stack on the family bonus. Okay, I get it now. Sorry. So yeah, he gets 12% mana generation instead of 6% mana generation when he casts his special. Let's just see that stack plus 6%. Yeah, so that's actually at the end of each turn, they get that chance to recover those stacks. So he's going to increase those stacks in there. But then the problem is he can increase his mana all he wants. Aside from being resistant against all status effects, 265 damage to all enemies, it's not going to really be that brutal unless you get him up super duper fast. So I'd say aside from playing through map stages and quests and stuff like that, I don't think this guy's going to be that strong in terms of raids and wars. So yeah, a bit of a disappointment other than this guy. So if you are lucky enough to get Darkbeat from this portal, then you can consider yourself extremely lucky, because I believe you've got like a 1% chance across all of the legendary featured heroes. But to be honest, if I saw purple and this guy came up, I'd probably cry myself to sleep. No, I wouldn't. I'm only kidding. Like, I would still probably max him because I do kind of like this passive, and I think that I could definitely work around him with the increase in the mana generation. But I'd be really upset that it wasn't Darkbeat, put it that way. So yeah, SG need to do something about releasing heroes into portals like this, because the chances that you'll get one of these two are higher than the chance that you'll get him. And they're not even in the same realm as far as stats are concerned. I mean, they could at least be close in terms of stats, and then I could kind of forgive it, but they're too far adrift for me. So I'm going to go ahead and say buyer beware. It's a portal full of relatively dated heroes in terms of the 5 stars that you've got in here. You could very easily get one of these ones. There is, again, a chance for a bonus legendary, which I haven't mentioned. So you get, for each summon legendary, you get a 20% chance to get another legendary event hero as a bonus. But again, that could be Isrod, for example. And then he's crap. So it could easily be any other hero in this portal that has been out for ages. I mean, you could get lucky and you could get her, but then it's a 20% chance. So it's a very, very low chance that you get that extra legendary hero. It's not like a ×2 that you get from the goblins or the astral elves. So yeah, with that all being said, please do let me know in the comments what you guys think about our brand new heroes that we have in here, especially my boy Darkbeat. Let me know if any of you are lucky enough to get this rave start in Hoodlum, and drop us a like. Subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't subscribed already. Consider memberships if you feel like you'd like to support the channel, and if you enjoy the content, it's an excellent way to support me. Share it with your mother, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.